All right, let's start fast.
Yes, sure.
Hello, sir. Sir, can you enable the screen share?
Yeah, one sec. Yeah, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I am Diksha, and our team members are Ajay, Anushree, Jayasurya, and Nitin. The topic of our presentation is streams in C++. So, what is a stream? Stream is namely flow of data. It is actually the sequence of bytes. So, the C++ program that we write takes the input from keyboard, or we can take the input from files. Streams are controlled using classes in object-oriented programming. The operation in files mainly consists of two types, read and write. So to perform the various operations, C++ provides various classes. The iOS class is the base class. All other classes are derived from the iOS class. To perform the input and output operations, we use these classes and several member functions of these classes. Different streams are used to represent different kinds of data flow. So the C++ program that reads the input from the file takes the data through the input stream and writes the data to the file through the output stream. Each stream is associated with a particular class which contains member functions and deals with the particular kind of data flow. The stream that supplies data to the program is input stream, and the stream that receives data from the program is output stream. iOS is the base class, and iStream and OStream classes control input and output functions. The member functions of these classes handle formatted and unformatted operations. For example of formatted operations include the precision function, which is in iOS class. This is the file class hierarchy. The above part is used when we use the header file iosstream.h. iStream and OStream are the classes. iStream is used for input and OStream is used for output. iOS is the base class, and IOStream uh, is derived from iStream and OStream. So there is a multiple inheritance. And the below part is used when we use fstream.h header file. The above part is used when we take input from keyboard and output to monitor, and the below part is used when we are using file handling, file IO operations. So similar to, there are two more classes, stream buff and file buff. These are used for buffering. Further, Anushree will continue.
So, iostream library So these are the libraries which we need to import before we start writing a C++ program. These are also called header files. First one is IOStream. It provides basic information required for all the stream input-output operations such as cin, cout, which correspond to standard input and output stream. Next is IO map. So it contains information useful for performing formatted input output with parameterized stream manipulation. And next comes fstream. So it contains information for user control file processing operations. And str stream is similar to fstream. It is just only one thing is its processing is done from character arrays rather than files. Next is stdio stream. It contains information for program that mixes the C and C++ styles of input output. Next slide. Now data types in OStream class. So this data types requires another standard C++ library called fstream, which defines the three new data types, which are offstream. This data type represents the output file stream and is used to create files and to write information to files. And if stream, this data type represents the input file stream and is used to read information from files. And F stream, this data type represents the file stream generally and has the capabilities of both the off stream and if stream, which means it can create files, write information to files, and read information from files. To perform these file processing in C++, so this header files IO stream and F stream must be included in the C++ source code. Next slide, please. So for opening a file, so a file must be opened before we can read from it or write to it. So either the fstream or ifstream object can be used to open a file for reading, and then fstream or offstream object can be used to open a file for writing. So a syntax may be a void open, a constant character file name, and then iOS mode will be specified here. And mode, there are various mode flag of IOStream. So these are iOS app. So this is append mode. All the output to that file to be appended at the end. And iOS 8, so it is to open a file for output and move the read write control to the end of the file. And then iOS in, this is to open a file for reading. And iOS out is a mode to open a file for writing. And then iOS truncate, trunk, which is if the file already exists, its contents will be truncated before opening the file. Next slide. So closing a file. So when a C++ program terminates, it automatically flushes all the streams, releases all the allocated memories, and close all the operand files. But it is always a good practice that a programmer should close all the open files before program terminates. So following is the standard syntax for close. So it can be void close. So it's also a member of fstream, and offstream objects. Next. So Jaya Surya will discuss.
Yeah, good evening everyone. I'm Surya, and yeah, in the previous slides we have seen the C++ IO system contains the hierarchy of classes, so which are used to define various streams to deal with both console and hard disk files. So I'll be focusing only on console IO operations. Yeah. Yeah. The class iOS provides the basic support for formatted and unformatted IO operations, just like the order and chaos in our lives. Yeah. The class iStream provides facilities for formatted and unformatted inputs, and O stream for formatted and formatted output, and the IO stream, which is derived from I stream and O stream, that will handle both input and output streams. Yeah, so firstly, we'll see the unformatted IO operations. Yeah, overloaded operators, right shift and the left shift. Yeah, maybe familiar with these objects seen and see out for input and output of various data types, but it is possible only because of overloading these right shift and left shift operators to recognize all the basic C++ data types. So yeah, so this right shift operator is overloaded in the iStream class. So it is called extraction operator because this operator extracts data from the input stream. So it will extract the data and gives it to the program. So that's why it's called extraction operator. And the left shift operator is overloaded in the OStream class, and yeah, it is called insertion operator because it will insert the data into output stream. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so the general form for reading data from keyboard is this scene and extraction operator variable one and so on. So we provide data like this, like data one space data two and so on. So the extraction operand reads character by character and assigns to the indicated location. Like data one assigns to variable one. Yeah. So reading is terminated at white space or when it found mismatch. Like yeah, we'll see an example. So yeah, int a, and if we give input to a as 255b, so a will store 255 and it will yeah, so a will contain value 255. Say if but the discarded character b will be present in the input stream, so that it can be used later. Like b, the variable b is assigned to this capital B, which is left over in the input stream. So the output, the cout format of the syntax will be in this cout and this insertion operator item one and so on. Yeah, this is some example of console IO operation. So integer PQ are declared, and we print this on the console, enter 3 integers and we take input from the keyboard, and we will return the sum of those integers. We can see, we know this scene object, cout, and these operators, but we don't know exactly what is handle. So we'll see what it is. Yeah, just bear with me. I'll show what is it. Yeah, unformatted operations put get, and so get and put are member functions of iStream and OStream respectively. So these are used when we need, if operations, this is useful when the IO operations did character by character. So we can use get function in this way. Scene dot get c. So in two ways actually. And the put function we can use in this way. Cout put x, it will print character x, and the second statement will print a character which is present in the variable ch, and cout dot put 68 will print the character whose ASCII value is 68. The get line and write functions, these are useful mainly when the read and display of line oriented input outputs. Yeah, this is the syntax of getLine, cin.getLine, line comma size. So yeah, so the character name array of size 20, and we take input from the keyboard as a line. So yeah, we took Jane start stop as input, and the same is output. But we can't do this using cin, because once the blank space is encountered, yeah, the rest of the things will be discarded. So the syntax of write function is this: cout dot write line comma size. So yeah, we have a pointer to a character program, and Indian is length of a string 1, and so in every iteration it will print. Yeah, we'll see the output. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, so we have seen the unformatted console operations. Now we'll see the formatted one. Yeah, C++ supports many features that could be used for formatting the output. So the first one is the iOS class functions and flags. The second one will be the manipulators, and the third one will be the user-defined manipulators. So iOS class functions and flags. Yeah, so yeah, here we can see these functions can be called in this way: cout dot the function name and its argument. So cout dot bit, it will right align the specified in cout. It will actually right align the character. So this is the width, and yeah, the other function is the precision. So So it will it will print with precision 5 digits. Yeah, the same thing. And co.fill, this fill function will fill the empty spaces of the width. As we can see here, all the 9 empty spaces is filled with the character asterisk. Yeah, so there is a function called set flag function which can take 1 or 2 arguments. So we'll see the first argument. Here we can see the first argument is the flag and second one is the bit field. So these iOS class functions can these are the arguments for set flag functions for various formats: left justified, right justified, and scientific notation, fixed point notation, decimal, octal, hexadecimal, something. So set flag can also can take single arguments. So if the argument is show base, it will these are the flags which can be used, and we have seen the iOS member functions. Now we'll see the manipulators. The header file IO man provides the functions called manipulators for formatting output, similar to that of iOS functions and flags. The general form will be cout manipulate 1, item 1, manipulator 2, and item 2, and we can use in this way also. I mean, we can use 1 or more manipulators. The first manipulator here is the set width, which is similar to that of width of iOS member function. So it will right align the output. So the other one is the set position. As I said, we can use 1 or more manipulators. We can see here set width of 10 and set precision 5 of square root of 2. So it's right aligned with 5 precisions. The handle is also a manipulator, which has it's a manipulator to which helps to start the output in the new line. These are the manipulators. Set width is similar to that of width, as I said. Set precision, set fill, set iOS flags, reset iOS flags, handle. The third one is the user-defined manipulators, which you can see before printing output. It will call this function which we define. So it will add RS to the output. So the output will be RS100. From the next slide, Nitin will take out.
Hello, guys. My name is Nitin, and further I will continue. So now I am talking about file opening methods. So from here, we will talk about file handling. So there are two things which we need to see. First is there are two ways to by which we can handle file. First, using constructor, and other is using open function. So first, using constructor, uh, by using constructor, we can manage one file, and uh, there are example to read and write in a file. So if you want to write in a file, then this is a syntax like of stream. This is a class, and out file. This is an object, and in curly brackets there is a data.txt. This is a file name, and by this we attach write stream to the file. After this, whatever we want, we can write into a file, and the data is stored in file permanently. And this is there is another example which is about read. So for read, we use ifstream class, and in file object, and in curly bracket there is a data.txt file, and by this command we add read stream to the file. Now next slide. So using open function to, if you wanted to manage more than one file, so open fun- be, with the help of open function, it is easy to manage more than one file, and we use this method. And there is a syntax for open function: file stream class, then stream object. We didn't initialize here and don't give file name. It we go we when Here we use open function to attach a stream to the file. So there here we use that object of class file stream, a stream object, and we use that open function, and in this brackets we write file name, by which we can attach that is the stream to the file. And now next slide. So there are example file read and write using fstream class. So first we add header file to access classes, which is a fstream, and this is a header IO stream for the normal input and output. For file handling, we use fstream, and then here here in this program we define an integer n, and then of stream, and here ofn. Here we create object of class of stream to write what it what this function do. Well, what this class will do is that uh, it will attach a stream to the file through which our program can write into the file. And then we use open function with this object ofn which we created, and make and give the our file name here, open file, and connecting the write stream to the file. And then we show user a message key, that key enter a number, and then next slide. And then user will enter number, and we again then we use that object ofn, and we start writing in file which we store in that object, that variable. And then we close the file because we wanted to read from that file, and then we close that file by using close function. And the stream which we attach to write into the file, that stream will remove from the file. Now if we wanted to read from that file, we use ifstream class, and we create another object which is fin, and this object will help to read from that file. Then we use open function again and give our file name, and with the help of our object fin, and we attach our reading stream to the file. With the help of program, now we can read from the file. and that file is users.txt, which will present where we created our program. And now fin is an object to read from the file, and there is a variable which is an, and when we pass that, then it start reading from the file. And cout function, cout will show you what was in file onto your screen, and then we detach that stream uh, through close function. And that's this program. Now next slide. Now example 2, this is read from file. Now here what we use, here we use fstream header file and CS C standard library to use a function. It is just to use a function which is exists from a file to handle any exception or error. So now let's go through it. Now there, first we created an array file name, and then we created rdflu, an object to read from file. Now next slide. And then we get that we get input into the file name array. uh, this this is the name which user wanted. This is the file name which user wants to read, and then we open that file by by using open function. And then we check if this is file is present or not, or exists or not, by passing a command, rdfle is open. If it doesn't open, then we use then use function came from cs c standard cstd lib stand c stand library to exit the program. So this is exit failure. And then uh, if this file is open, then we will not go into this if loop, and we go to our next command. There is a word which there there is an array of character type, and then we read from file by rdf file flu object which we created. And next slide. And then this program will end. And next slide. Now read and write into file using constructor. Till now we saw how open function works, and now we will see how constructor will work. So here we again use fstream header file to read and write into file. And we we created a name array, and we asked for a roll number which will be stored in role int variable. And now ofstream is a class, and we created out file object, and there is a student file which will be present in our directory where this program is. And then we connect a student file to a stream, and this is a of stream, so it will use for writing in a file. And now next. So so now we show the message enter student name, and which will store in name variable, and then enter role which will store in a role variable. Now we
I think these examples are very routine. Let's quickly go through them.
Yes sir. And now this out file object will use to write into file student name, and then a file roll number, and then a close function will use for uh, closing the stream. And then we use if stream. This is object to write into, this is a class which will have help to write into file. And then we use object in file to read from the file which is a name, and in file role to read from the file. And then next slide. Yeah, then cout of which is used to show on your string what is the name screen, what is the name and roll number in the file, and then we use close function to disconnect the stream. And next slide. Further, Ajay will explain.
Hi guys, I'm Ajay. I will tell you about the data type of fstream. So far, we have been using the iostream standard library, which provides in and see out methods for reading from a standard input and writing to standard output respectively. Here is the data type of file fstream. First one is the ifstream. This data type represent the input file stream and is used to read information from files. In For accessing from the input from the file, we use getline and read. It also allows to input operations function with the default input mode. And second one is the OF stream. It's derived by the F stream base and O stream base classes. This data type represent the output file stream and is used to create files and write to information to file. And we use access put, write, display, allow display, and it also allows output operation with the default output mode. And the third one, fstream, it allow both simultaneous input and output operation on a file buf. The member function of the base class start the input and output. Next slide. Next slide. Hello. Hello. Next slide. Here is a simple example of class student having roll number, name. Previous slide. Back. Which use no. This one. No. Next.
This is the next
Yes,
slide.
this one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is quite clear. What is this? Next one.
In this program, we using iostream standard library. And so we use iostream.h header file. And no, last one.
All right. That's enough. I mean, this is quite clear. Okay. Any questions?
Okay, thank you, sir.
No questions. Can you go to the first slide where these classes are defined? Yeah, before, yeah, that one, the one before that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so one thing I noticed is that this is a good example of good use of multiple inheritance. Okay. It's a good use of multiple inheritance because those two classes, iStream and OStream, are disjoint in the sense that they don't share any common this thing. So it's a good use of multiple inheritance. I mean, one of those rare usage of multiple inheritance. All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.